Tori and Alice are actually tied in kills, so if Alice gets more kills next time, that means they'll change their places and they'll go back to a different pose. Anyway, welcome back to Fantasy Maiden Wars. In the last part I did chapter 9, and now I'm going to do chapter 10. This might be the first chapter that takes multiple parts. We'll see. I'm recording this on a Sunday, which I normally don't do because my Sunday plans were changed, where previous 4 parts were uploaded on Saturday, so I figured I'd just try to record a chapter today so I could get 5 chapters done, so the amount of chapters I did this weekend would be the same as I did on Tuesday. Have I upgraded yet? I don't remember. Should I upgrade the Rumias? I don't know. Should like upgrade Reimu instead. Yeah, there we go. Yay. Here we go. Don't worry about the rest later. Anyway, might as well start. Don't want to waste too much time here. Scarlet Devil Mansion is where we are.
I'm back! I'm sorry, Remy. Patchy and I both lost.
Lady Patchouli was defeated.
Yahoo! We almost had them, but one of the enemy's magicians figured it out. They got really bad, so I willed myself.
I can see that. Thank you for the... Thank you for the report.
If Patchy lost to them, then they certainly aren't your average bunch of humans. This is getting good.
If I may, mistress, it seems they have several yokai working with them as well. So it may not be entirely correct to classify their efforts as due to the power of humans.
The people at the core of the group are the human shrine maiden and the human musician. That's proof enough of their power. I knew you were interested in those humans, Jackie.
That isn't true. I'll step up next, mistress. Mere humans like them shall be swept away from the mansion post-haste.
Is that so? Alright, handle it. Yeah, you can do it. Give them the work, Sakuya. But they beat the tar out of us, all of us combined. Can Sakuya really handle this by herself? You are 400 years too young to be worrying about her like that. Hey, you didn't have to put it like that, but I did my best, okay? I don't care what you call your best. I find it hard to believe you and I are both devils.
Now, don't bully my little girl so much.
Hermie, you're okay. I was worried about you. Allie, you came back to life. I never died to begin with. You're a little late. The humans have already made quite a bit of progress.
So it seems. I saw her heading out to meet them.
Now that Sakuya has been sent out, it will soon be checkmate. Sakuya is my finest knight. She will wipe out the opponent's king in one fell swoop.
She's certainly something special. Her training alone takes her beyond human limitations. She need only rid herself of that hesitation, and she would bloom more mystically and beautifully than any yokai. That's what you're testing, isn't it?
No, as I've told you before, she's perfectly fine the way she is.
That's quite surprising coming from the devil that manipulates fate.
Where's the fun in the outcome that's predetermined? It's that uncertainty that makes things fun to watch.
Perhaps. Now then, all this talk about Sakuya has made me want to see her in battle. Ellie, Kurumi, come, we're heading out.
It's finally happening!
I've wanted to meet those girls for some time now. Let's go do some sightseeing. We're still in the Scarlet Devil Mansion, the exact same room by the looks of it. After all that, we're right back at the front entrance again. So we are. Is it the space controller's doing? That's how we got to the library, so probably she's got the key here. You mean the smarts to make efficient use of interior space or something? If she's that good, I gotta get her to share some pointers for the next time I renovate. You might want to start with basic house cleaning first. Besides, the place has a totally different atmosphere from your house. Yes, the architecture here isn't exactly common in Gensokyo. You might not be able to apply much of what you learn. It's true, I never seen things like these extravagant candlesticks and this deep red carpet before. So basically the building itself might have passed into fantasy along with the residents? The whole building? That would be quite a large-scale event. Yeah, it's kind of rare for whole buildings to go through the process. The whole business of passing into fantasy happens pretty often, though. Things from the outside world come here all the time, and humans who pass into fantasy are constantly being sent back by Reimu. Don't conflate passing into fantasy and getting spirited away. I only send back the latter.
What do you mean?
Passing into fantasy is when something from the outside whose existence is forgotten passes through the barrier to Gensokyo. On the other hand, being spirited away is when the barrier becomes unstable and things from the outside world inadvertently stumble into Gensokyo. In other words, it's basically an accident in that case.
Corin said something about that too. It was about the outside world Shikigami, I think. I remember seeing some compute thingies there. Like they drifted into Gensokyo.
That's right, so not everything in Gensokyo has actually passed into fantasy.
Personally, I don't think this distinction matters much when something's here. Maybe not for inanimate objects, but you can't say the same for concepts or living creatures. Being forgotten, that is, passing into the realm of fantasy occurs when a general populace loses cognizance of your existence. The humans Rainbow sends back are simply those that are wandered here by accident. Those people didn't become pure fantasy.
Yep, those are the ones that get spirited away. I have yet to see a human that's truly passed into fantasy.
Could a living human really be forgotten entirely? That would be so tragic. Imagine being born to live your life and then getting forgotten by your fellow humans and relegated to fantasy.
Yomo, that happens to the vast majority of anyone that's ever lived.
Doesn't seem so bad to me. I mean, they have their whole life ahead of them in Gensokyo. Might even be better than the outside world with fairies and yokai around. At least there's no shortage of entertainment.
You certainly seem to have no shortage of that.
Hey, come over here. The carpet is really fluffy. Wait. What are you doing? I swear I take my eyes off of them for a second. Let's make this our new bed, Di. It's soft and fluffy and feels really good.
It does, but it isn't. But isn't it a bit too big? The carpet looks like it goes on forever.
And let's cut off a piece to bring home. Do you have a pair of scissors with you?
Why would I?
You're so useless. Why do we bring you along? I'm a yokai, not a toolbox. Girls, we're in the enemy stronghold. We don't have time for fun and games. No, why not? Come feel this carpet too, Kane. It's really fluffy. People step on that, you know. It's dirty, so stop touching it.
Excuse me, this mansion is not dirty. I'm the housekeeper, and have you know the carpet doesn't have a single speck of dust. Oh, hey, you're the maid we ran into before.
We'll meet again. If you're a maid, make like one and take as guest to your mistress.
I fail to see any guests. All I see is a bunch of trash all over the carpet, and now I have to clean it up. Maid metaphors. Very good at that kind of stuff, being a maid. Humans and yokai. The plural of yokai is yokai, it's not yokais. The singular of yokai is also yokai, I think. It's kind of confusing when you really think about it. Alright. We got fairy maids. Yep. So there's side areas over here. This reminds me of a couple Fire Emblem maps, actually. They usually are like this. Like, oh yeah, go to the side, you can take out the couple enemies, but like, the majority of your units are just going to want to base tank through the front. Yeah, but we have Yomu take care of you. And Rumia, like, take care of you, I guess. And then everyone else can kind of just go forward. Yeah. And put Kane near the front because she's so damn slow. She moves very slowly, she does. Alright, here we go. You have quite a few people with you today, Gensokyo Defense Force.
Where that now? I'm a leader then. I move to impeach. Yep, someone smart like me needs to be the leader.
You brought children to Yokai Mansion. Really, you're not well educated. We couldn't want them scarred for life. We would want them scarred for life by the vivid color of blood, after all. Aye, again, maid, is your job done for the day? All that's left is to toss out the trash, and the mansion will be spotless.
What kind of maid mixes up gas and trash? We're picking up where we left off before. You better show some courtesy.
You may have been lucky enough to defeat Mailing and Lady Batchley, but don't get cocky. At the end of the day, you're merely human.
What's their problem? Why does everyone here have to act like they're better than us?
I think she's the head maid of this mansion. She can teleport, so she'll be a troublesome opponent. And even if we take her ability out of the equation, she's still quite skilled. Nothing was settled in our previous battle.
Teleportation? What an amazing ability. Is she really human?
She's got a strange power, alright, but other than that, she's normal. I believe I told you before, don't associate me with normal humans. I suppose our last battle wasn't enough to illustrate the difference between us. Was it really that big of a difference? We got pretty close in the end. And this time we have Yomo, Rumia, Chirno, and Ayase with us. Don't expect it to go the same as before.
Yeah, you better get ready for a beatdown.
If you have no intention of leaving, then so be it. This is checkmate for you all. I shall rid this mansion of your presence. Me and Remilia had the same metaphor. That's how you know we're really in sync. Yes. Right. Yomo! Get bomb. Is your job, Rumia? Deal with this asshole. Yes. And then everyone else, we will move forward. Stay out of the range of the Sakuya, and then everything else should be fine. Deal with the 50 bajillion fairies that are up here. Do. Can't remember if they start to use like more normal generic battle music as the game goes on, or if it continues with the, you know, this and do 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 and do 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 over and over again. Alright. You're not really doing much, Fairy. Can't hit me at all. I don't really know what your plan here is. I don't need to read this anymore. I've read the Fairy Maid dialogue. You're taking too long. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna record this chapter today. And then next time I record something, I should probably get back to playing some Toemon. It's been over a week since well, I guess, yeah, it's Sunday at this rate, so it has been over a week since I last played Toemon. I definitely don't really have to. I don't need to stress about, I guess not stress, but I just worry about running out of recordings anytime soon. So if I miss a couple recording sessions, so I wasn't able to record, it don't matter. Got my plans to record this stuff, and then you had Maku Fields, of course you do. Alright, if I focus, can I even reach you? Okay, half ghost. After I record this for today, I plan on recording the next cover and making the, recording it and putting the video together. It's gonna be, Soroba's genocide route theme, the only one I'm doing, because I decided I didn't feel like doing the other ones besides the final boss themes. Then after that, Rumia! Why can't you attack this fairy? Don't have enough range. Why do you not have enough range, Rumia? And then I don't know if I'm gonna move on to Flowey's theme, because I don't know if I want to do that one yet. But pretty much just gonna have to move on to the final boss themes in general at that point. You say, can you kill this fairy? I think it'd be pretty cool if you could kill this fairy. And closer inspection, I have to admit, that maid outfit is pretty cute. Yeah, I think I've read all this generic dialogue, and then there's more not generic dialogue when you'd expect there to be generic dialogue. How is Kane level 12? She's like... Is she not one of my least used units? I guess not. Okay then. Alright, then maybe I can use... You can't do anything. You can do anything, Chirno? Yeah, Ice Beam this fairy. So yeah, because this is being recorded the day after the previous 4 recordings, I don't exactly have much to talk about, if I'm being honest. You know, I don't always need to have things to talk about, especially in this series where I have to spend so much time reading dialogue. Sometimes we can just have times of overall not much going on. Just the game being the game. Attack the fairy, the right thing. There you go. Rainbow need kill. Rainbow only level 10. And Reimu needs to level up because, spoiler alert, Reimu's gonna be here for the next couple chapters. So I need to use her. So not using a character and having them be underleveled is not that big of a deal because of how the leveling gift system works. So, you know, it's only been 15 minutes. So maybe I won't have to put this in multiple parts. I don't know, I've had a thing going where I've done a part every chapter, but as soon as I break it once, like, I've kind of set the precedent to where I can will start doing it again. So I've been trying to delay that moment where I have to officially start doing that. You know, I'm not 100% sure of this, because I don't exactly remember how many chapters are in this game. It's a lot. There are a lot of chapters. But, even if I did a chapter, like, every single part, I think this series would still have a decent chance of being my longest series, not counting jam games, because there are that many chapters in this game. I mean, my longest series is Puppet Play, which had like 73 parts, somewhere around there. There might be more chapters than that in this game, I don't entirely remember. The funny thing is, like, even if the official chapter number is lower than that, this game has like interlude chapters that don't have a number, which would also take an entire part. So yeah. Yeah, I'm highly unlikely to play play a chapter every part. So now we're just seeing how long it takes until we finally get to the chapter that takes so long that I have to stop. I can't counter, so evade. You're not gonna get hit by a 13% chance. That'd just be silly, Diose. Be very silly. And you're not very silly, are you? That's why you dodged it very well. Magic missile. Yeah, I'm still not entirely sure how this building power system works. Like, if I hit opponents with stronger attacks, do I get more power? So it's better to use Magic Missile here instead of Which Way Line. Which one I used here didn't matter, I wasn't gonna kill you anyway. That was critical too. You mage, you are sturdy. Alright, Yomu, you gonna get a kill here or not? We will see. Yeah, Yomo can parry. Not exactly. How is that different from dodging? Like, is that a special thing she gets to where that actually would have hit her if she didn't parry, or did she just decide to parry and so she parries instead of dodges? I'm pretty sure Yomo has dodged a couple of times now, so I'm pretty sure she can dodge. Right, Yomo has bomb, but as I learned in a previous part, Yomo having bomb does not mean only Yomo can use bomb. Anyone can use bomb because there's a universal inventory or something. Man, you know what I forgot to do? I think? Or no. When did I gave myself a bunch of items, right? I think I did. I think I did that before the last chapter, though? So I might have gotten more items since then. I might need to check that. Whatever. Worry about it later. Yeah, I wonder if I can deal with all these fairies without dealing with Sakuya. Yeah, what is the objective here? All allies to defeat Sakuya. Okay. I want to kill Sakuya before I deal with all the other fairies. Right, I guess you go deal with this one. Yeah, I'm gonna move Yomo over here, but there's a good chance that this fairy just moves over here and Yomo isn't able to get a kill. Rumia! Rumia will kill you. She will use Night Bird. This will kill you, yes? Maybe. Wish I could run, but I promised. Did you promise, Rumia? It's Rumia's thing in this game. She's kind of just stuck here. Because they told her she was coming along. It's not like she's got anything better to do. What's Rumia do all day? Run into trees and stuff. I'm getting fairly hungry. Man, remember when I played Keifu and there was that support conversation chain between Mystia and Rumia, and the whole thing was about her running into trees. That was the whole conversation. Very interesting to read. It was, truly. And then I did an S support with them instead of the one with Wriggle, and I found out the one with Wriggle and Mystia was a lot better. Okay, what is the plan here? Planikin? I need to focus so I can actually move. That seems like a good plan. Let's try to weaken you, because apparently Kane does not need to worry about level ups at all. Very weird. I thought she was one of my lowest level characters, but she is somehow one of my strongest ones, I guess. When I had her go and use Headbutt, she got a bunch of experience, I guess. Try to weaken this fairy here so I can have someone else kill her. Someone not named Iusei. I can't trust Iusei to really do anything besides heal. That's why she's only level 9. Okay. Should be the plan of attack here. Kill you with Shirno, I guess? Ice Beam. Yeah, for the non-bosses, when you aren't dealing with bosses, or when you deal with a boss, their theme basically takes over the whole time, I think. You're just playing the normal game and you have the themes of the characters overriding over and over again. You get to a point where you're just gonna be like hearing the first couple notes of every theme, which is, I guess, a bit of a shame because you know some of these themes go on for quite a bit. You don't really hear them for that long. You just hear the first bit. You hear this part of Marissa theme. You do 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 do, and it's immediately gonna move on to Reimu's theme now. Do do do. No, some of the themes in this game are really short, like Kurumi's, but you know, Kurumi's actual theme is extremely short. You know, that isn't even something I thought about. Like, what music do I want to hear over and over again for the rest of the game? That might be a consideration for who I end up deciding to use. Stay next to Notori. Be Notori's friend. Notori is everyone's friend, because Notori is about friendship in this game, because the theme is Candid Friend. And I think I pointed this out before. This was before 13.5, where Notori's personality was fleshed out a lot more, and it turned out to be quite a bit different than what was previously assumed, because Notori in Mountain of Faith is very shy, because you startled her when her optical camouflage broke, so people took that as her entire personality, because, you know, that was all she had. And then 13.5 was like, actually, she businesswoman Kappa thing. And now she's that. Although, if I'm being honest, from what I can tell, from what I mostly see with Notori, it's normally like a combination of that. See? I knew you were gonna do this. I had Yomo specifically go after you, and you go after Chirno instead. So now Yomo's got nothing to do. Or Yomo. I guess makes sense. I think like the vast majority of stuff Notori's appeared in since 13.5. I could be wrong about this, because Notori appears like a lot. She's actually like the character Zone likes to use quite a bit. She's normally at like, she's just kind of selling shit at events and stuff. So you'd have to assume that the way she'd acted at events like that would be a bit different than how she acts like in her personal life with groups of friends and stuff, you know? Hey, now didn't I say not to be pushed around? Didn't even work. Surprised? Why did that feel like that took a bit? Is there a bit of a delay there? Or did you just really want me to make sure I read that Diosei quote? Really going after Notori, are you? Could I counterattack there? I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I should have changed that to evade. Okay, you can counterattack. So you saved up enough power for cucumber missiles. Cucumber missiles. Assume those aren't made of real cucumbers. I assume they're supposed to look like cucumbers. As you know, a gimmick, a Kappa gimmick. You always want to eat the cucumbers. Why would you instead waste them to be used as ammunition? If we get the W, we're in the clear. All right, Romeo. Alright. What is the main course of action here? Alright, it's been 26 minutes and I've barely made a dent in this map. I'm probably going to stop this at around the 30-something minute mark, and this will be the first part that I chop into multiple parts. Alright, Rumia has done her job, so what do I ever do now? Go over here, I guess. Just try to get with the rest of the group. Which HP you got left? Quite a bit, actually. So do you. What should be my kill priority here? Need to make sure we're well away from Sakuya. I don't want to deal with her. Dealing with her right now probably be bad. Okay. How about Kane do some damage to this fairy? Maybe. Yeah, earlier I uploaded part 3 of this, which is the first episode where I used Kane at all. I didn't realize at the time that Kane had trust. So I was like, only thought I could heal people with Notori. I just didn't expect Kane to have trust. I remember Diosei being like the main character you use trust with. You know, Notori, I kinda hoped you wouldn't. I kinda forgot you were gonna do this. Kinda hoping to get a Diosei kill, because you can't really do much of anything besides use trust. It's kind of what you expect in a healer in these types of games anyway, so... Like in Fire Emblem, at least you can do something, unlike in Fire Emblem where your healers can't do anything until they promote. And then depending on the class in the game, sometimes even when they can attack, they're basically useless at it anyway. Well, that's not always the case. There's some Fire Emblem games where your healer turned mages are pretty good. Man, that's such a weird thing in Fire Emblem where you have the... Your healing stat is based on your magic in Fire Emblem, so you want all of your healers want to have a good magic stat. But then you have those promotions where they can promote into units that are still heal but lose like a physical weapon. And it's like a lot of the times it's just like, why'd you have it like that? Because if you want a good magic stat to heal, surely you want to give them a tome so they could have a good magic stat to attack. But it's like, no, this is a healer that uses a fucking lance or something, and it's like, what are we doing? Then you get some really weird units where it's like, yep, this unit can't heal that well. You basically have to use men, so they're not going to heal anything because they need a decent attack stat, because when you promote them, they're a physical class. And then again, my experience with Fire Emblem games is, you know, basically every game past Awakening, and send Reimu up to the front lines here, huh? Use Fantasy Seal, because why not? Fantasy Seal is cool. I've already used it as a thumbnail already. I haven't used it yet. I've made it as a thumbnail for a part that doesn't come out yet. Yep, I've made the thumbnails for the 4 parts I recorded yesterday, and now I'm gonna have to make some more thumbnails for this. Oh, that's the thing. If I make this into 2 parts, I have to make separate thumbnails for each, and like nothing's happened in this part for me to use as a thumbnail, so that's gonna be a pretty big consideration for whether I cut this off or make this one big hour long thing. Hey Diase, you wanna get a cheeky kill here? I think that'd be pretty cool if you got a cheeky kill here. You gotta do 700 damage. I believe in you. You can do 700 damage, Diase. Surely you can. You can do it. There you go. Yeah, for some of the previous thumbnails, like one for the mailing chapter, I used both the mailing cut-in and the cane cut-in. Put them next to each other, and I did the same thing with the Patchouli and Alice cut-ins for the thumbnail for the last part. And the thing with that is now I have like less potential options for the future, because like I don't want to make a thumbnail just like, oh, here's half of a previous thumbnail. I don't know. Why am I quick saving at the end of a turn? Enemy reinforcements. It's
We meet again. It's gonna go. It'll go differently this time around. It's that devil and Scythe yokai from before. You come to fight again? What do you chickens want with us?
Lady Ellie and Lady Kurumi, what business do you have here? I am more than enough for all these humans. I don't require your assistance.
Sorry, we're not planning to intervene. We can't go back either, though.
Yeah, we're just the escorts anyway. We don't have a choice in this. Huh? Escort? I don't see anyone else besides you two. Who are you escorting?
Aha! You had to go and say that. Can't believe you two actually forgot the awful experience you had last time. What do you think would show up with me and Kurumi? What are you talking about? I remember giving you all the bad time, not the other way around.
What's wrong, Juno? What's wrong, Diuse? Why? Talking to myself. Sorry, Diuse, I'm losing it a bit. What is this overwhelming power approaching us? I've never felt such a frightening amount of power before. This presence is intense. Is this bloodlust? I don't sense any bloodlust, no, but it is dark, tense, and overwhelming.
A yokai aura that feels like needles pricking all over, while weighing you down like a wet cloth wrapped over you.
Ah, what is this pressure?
Ah, crud. I should have thought of this the moment alien Kurumi showed up.
You know something about it? I've never felt a yokai with an aura like this before. No, it can't be. I know that messed up feeling aura anywhere. When did you come to Gensokyo?
Hey, what's up? It's me, Yuuka Kazumi. Good day to you.
Yuuka Kazumi.
Rainbow and Rissa, glad to see you're alive. You're going so much. Well, this shucks. You're gonna make this even more complicated than it already is, huh? My, I thought you would be happier. It's a wonderful reunion after such a long time. I see you have plenty of human and yokai allies with you this time as well. None that I'm familiar with, though. Wait! Those rebellious, defiant blue eyes, could you possibly be Alice?
It's nice to be remembered, although I would have much preferred if I never met you again.
Haha! Yeah, that little crybaby Alice. You've grown so much since I last saw you. You're so pretty now, I didn't recognize you.
So, Yuuka,
what are you doing here?
are you the one releasing this mist?
I'm afraid not. I suppose you call me a guest of the mansion.
We didn't think the mistress of this place was twisted before. Having you get for a guest confirms it. And hey, this mist would spell trouble for plants as well. Did you change your religion?
Yes, as simplistic as ever, I see. Anyway, it's true that clear weather could lead some flowers blooming more easily. Both radiant flowers blooming under the sun and devilish flowers blooming amidst melancholy are equally beautiful. Hey, who's the self-important lady? A friend of yours?
Friend would be a generous way to define our relationship. She's Yuuka Kazumi, a flower yokai.
Flower? That doesn't sound very threatening. You won't be saying that for much longer, short stuff. Yeah, Yuuka would destroy you all along with the entire world. Yeesh, you guys are really loud, really playing up the third-rate villain act. You even got your minions acting as hype men. Nah, so those two are Yuuka's servants?
Lady Yuuka, please leave this to me.
I have no plans interfering with you. I'm just here as a spectator. Yeah, I want to see you in battle.
Very well, then wait right there, please. I'll do my best to ensure that it won't be bored. That flower yokai appears to have no interest in interfering. That's good for us. We don't have time to play around with someone like her. Yep, that means enough trouble. We don't need to add more problems to our plate. And Rainbow and Marissa are both this wary of her. She must be a really tough customer. Right, don't touch her. She's not someone we should challenge on a whim. We only need to defeat that maid to progress. Focus on that. Fight Yuuka. One time. I think the bonus objective is made harder in a harder difficulty. So I think you have to do it 2 times if you play on normal mode. I like the red exclamation point of doom. Map attack. Level 15. Alright, so can I deal with these fairies without being attacked by Sakuya? I don't know if I can. I guess we'll see what happens here. Is my plan. If Sakuya doesn't move, then I can walk around her, I guess. But if she does move, then I have to reset and then go back to, I have to go around. Yobo is so far back. I can't end the part yet. Nothing thumbnail worthy has happened. Alright, you're not moving yet, Sakuya. That's good. You should not move at all. One of them is bound to hit. Yeah, the only special animation that's happened is the Reimu one. I've already used that. And it's not like any other cool animations have happened. Just letting Reimu do all this because she's the only one that's up here. I don't want to just like sit back here and watch as the units slowly get here. Reimu's one of the more underleveled ones anyway. She was like level 10 earlier. She might be a level 11 by now. Multiple units attack Reimu? You can hear Reimu's theme for more than 5 seconds. It's quite great. Now you hear Marissa's theme for more than 5 seconds. Yeah, they use they use this theme as the default Marissa theme because they want to use the Master Spark theme when she uses Master Spark. But because of that, you rarely ever hear Master Spark. You hear this theme over and over again. Which theme is this? Toll 3, no? I don't remember. Or Toll 4. They mix together. The Marissa Toll 3 theme and the Marissa Toll 4 theme. They mix together which is which. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I have that quick save from a couple turns ago. So if Sakuya starts moving, then that can be dealt with later. Or it can be dealt with by just reloading that save. Do I use Fantasy Sale again for no reason? Nah. Use Persuasion Needles. If this doesn't kill, then maybe it'll be low enough to give Daiose a kill. Like so. Well, I can't shoot that far. Really? This doesn't seem like that far away. Okay, you're still out of the range. You cannot move as much as I was hoping you'd be able to move. That is still out of the range, yes. You can reach this fairy and kill it. On closer inspection, I have to admit, maid outfit's really cute. Said that every time. Because I keep looking at different maid outfits. They're not actually the exact same. They may look the exact same. Subtle differences. They were handmade by Sakuya, yes, and not made in a factory. So there are room for slight differences in personality of each dress. I didn't put you in the range of... Okay, good. Sakuya, I need you to not move. Poor Rumia, she's under-leveled and she's stuck over here. Good. Sakuya's still not doing anything. How much name is this? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. This is not... I think this is either 3 or 4. It mixes together. And why is this the Master Spark theme? Am I an idiot and he actually does play the Master Spark or the Master Spark theme all the time? Because this is definitely not that one. I'm mixing up my Toho themes. How could I do that? It's supposed to be like my specialty or something, not really. You know, I haven't played a Toho theme since like the Toho 6 project ended. Been playing nothing but Deltarune and Undertale stuff since then. Maybe I'll go back to 2 themes one day, who knows. Yeah, because I was having it in my head that I just pretty much keep doing the full game covers. But then after Toho 6, I kind of decided I didn't really want to do that anymore. Now it's just a matter of... if I want to play 2 themes again, then like, what do I do? You know what? It's been 41 minutes and taking down Sakuya and these 3. You can guarantee that'll take at least 3. So we'll deal with that later. So the next part, first part I haven't finished the whole chapter in one part in. The next part I will finish this chapter.